to the cloud. Sweet. Okay, so let's start. You can come to your mat and we're gonna start lying down. We're gonna start in Shavasana. So come onto your back and lay with your palms facing up, with your feet a comfortable distance apart. Let your feet fall outward. And your palms, your hands can be a foot or so away from your hips. And close your eyes, taking this time to come into your body. Take a deep inhale in through your nose and out through your mouth. Continue this deep breathing. With every exhale, try to relax a little bit more, feeling the ground support you. Breathe deeply in. Sigh out through your mouth. Releasing any tension from your shoulders, your hips, your jaw. Find stillness and connection with your mat. With your eyes closed, try to relax them a little more. Relax your forehead. Notice the way that your feet feel on the ground. The way that the hard or soft surface under you holds you. As you exhale, sink into it a little more. Coming into this practice with the intention of grounding into yourself and into the earth, and with the intention of being open and welcoming to any emotions or feelings or sensation. Take another deep breath in through your nose. And sigh out through your mouth. Bring some movement to your toes and your fingers, starting to wiggle them. You can move your legs back and forth on the mat. Turn your head from side to side slowly. Twist your arm on the ground. Bring your arms up over your head and stretch out through your toes and your fingers. You bring your feet a little bit closer together to get a full body stretch, keeping your eyes closed. Breathe here and relax. Keeping your eyes closed or slightly open, whatever's more comfortable to you. We're gonna raise our right leg so that it's bent and our knee is closer to our chest. You can wrap your hands around your shin. We're going to just hold this here. So you can bring your leg into your chest, not letting it go too far to the right side. And try to relax your hip. So if there's any tension there, any resistance, let it relax. It might come a little bit closer to your chest. Breathe. You can straighten your leg a little bit more and try to either grab your right ankle with your right hand, or you can grab the top of your foot so that we're coming into a half happy baby. So in this position, you really want your left hip to kind of be on the ground as much as possible so that your left hip on the ground as much as possible. So when your right leg is opening, when your hip is opening, you're not popping off the mat. So you can place your left hand on top of your left thigh to kind of keep it grounded while you open up on the right hip side. Keep your eyes closed and try to relax in this position. Trying to ground your shoulders as well, as much as possible. Your right shoulder will probably be off the ground, but you can ground your left shoulder. And try to relax the left leg too. If there's a lot of tension in that leg, see what happens if you relax it. Take a deep breath here. Relax your shoulders. You can take a sigh here too on your exhale. Now bringing your right leg still bent over to the left side. Take your left hand and place it on right above your knee. Come into a twist so that your right knee is falling to the left side. And your right knee doesn't have to touch the ground. You want both of your shoulders still on the ground. You can bring your right arm to your side so it's coming into a T shape. You can look over to the right as well to your fingertips to get an extra twist in your back. Close your eyes if they're open. Relax both of your feet, your shoulders. Breathing into the twist in your back. As you exhale, you might twist a little bit more. As you inhale, it might feel like your spine is lengthening. And exhale, twist. Don't force anything, let gravity do the work. Relax any tension that you notice. Take a couple breaths here. Feel free to sigh as much as you like. Bring your head back to neutral and your right leg back to center. Straighten your right leg, move your ankle up and down, make a little circle, switch the circle, bend your leg, and lower it back down to the mat. So we're going to do the other side, bringing the left leg up in a bent position. You can grab your shin, just hug it into your chest. Again, relaxing your shoulders. You can keep your toe pointed or relax it. Trying to release any tension that's in your left hip. Breathe here. You can try pulling it a little closer to your chest if you'd like. See if that changes the sensation in your hip. Okay, taking the bend out of our right leg, extend it a little bit, but there's still a bend, and bring your thigh closer to the ground on the left to come into a half happy baby. If you can't reach your foot with your left hand, you can hold your shin, your calves. We're just having an opening in the left hip. So whatever that looks like for you, wherever that is. Wherever you are, try to relax that left hip a little bit more, while also keeping your right hip as close to the ground as possible. Don't let it pop up too much. Relax your shoulders. Take a sighing exhale. Breathe into the left hip. Sending your awareness to the hip with the intention of relaxing will help it relax. Okay, bringing your left leg over to the right side, still bent. Bring a twist in your back. You can place your left foot on the right side. Extend your left hand out to the side of your mat. Look over your left fingers. Close your eyes if they've opened. Breathe. Try for both of your shoulders to be on the ground. Relax both of your feet. Relax your right leg. If it's flexed, let it relax. Take a deep breath in. Feel your chest expanding. Sigh out. Feel your shoulders grounding. Take one more breath here. Deep inhalation. And a long sighing exhalation. Bring your head back to neutral and raise your left leg up. You can straighten your left leg. Don't force it too straight, just as far as it wants to go. And you can move your ankle forward and backwards. You make little circles. Switch directions. Bend your knee. Now leaving your left knee there, bend your other knee and bring both of your knees into your chest and kind of hug yourself. Bringing your hands around your shins. You can feel all up and down your shins. You can squeeze your shins with your hands. Bringing feeling and touch to yourself. From here, if you'd like, you can rock forward and backwards, giving a little bit of a massage to your back with the ground. If that's not super pleasant to you, you can just come to an upright seated position. You can roll into a seated position if you're rolling. And sit cross-legged with your eyes closed. And place your hands on your knees with your palms up. And extend your spine so that you're in a tall seated position. Your legs can be crossed or out straight, whatever is comfortable for you. I'm going to take a couple breaths here. I invite you to sigh if you haven't been sighing. Really relaxes you and your nervous system. So take a deep breath in. Sigh out. Feel your shoulders relax. So we're going to do a breathing exercise called Anuloma Viloma. We did it last Tuesday. If you were here, you might remember it. If you weren't here, that's okay. I'll teach it again. So with your left hand, you can have your thumb and your pointer finger connected. And your right hand, your thumb, your pinky, and your ring finger are going to stay up and out. And your ring finger and middle finger are going to close down. So it's Anuloma Viloma is alternate nostril breathing. So we are going to, before we do it, I'll just explain it. We're going to close our right nostril with our thumb, and we're going to inhale. Then we're going to close both nostrils, and we're going to hold that. So we're holding our breath for, we'll just hold it for a second or two. And then we'll exhale through the right nostril by taking our thumb off of our nostril. Then we'll inhale through the right nostril, put the thumb back on, hold our breath there for a moment, and exhale through the left nostril. Sorry, I'm just going to pin myself. I forgot to do that earlier, which is helpful for the recording. Okay, so in this seated position, We're gonna take an inhale, just normal, and an exhale. Now place your thumb on your right nostril, inhale. Close your left nostril, hold. Exhale through the right nostril. Inhale through the right nostril. Place your thumb, hold. Exhale through the left nostril. Inhale through the left nostril. Close, hold. Exhale through the right nostril. So really trying to slow your breath down. Inhale through the right nostril. Close the right nostril, hold. Exhale through the left nostril. Try to keep your mouth closed so it's just your nose. Inhale through your left nostril. Close your left nostril, hold. Exhale through the right nostril. Trying to lengthen and slow down that exhale. Inhale through the right nostril. Close, hold. Exhale through the left nostril. Inhale through the right nostril. Close and hold. Exhale through the right nostril. Inhale. Close and hold. Exhale through the left. So our exhales and our inhales are in control. Inhale. Slowly. Hold. Feel the energy in your chest. Exhale through the right. Inhale. Close, hold. Exhale through the left. Inhale. Close, hold. Exhale through the right. Inhale. Close and hold. Exhale through the left. Placing your hand on your knee, you can inhale normally and fully. Keeping your eyes closed, sigh out. And just breathe here. Fully, slowly. You can open your eyes a little bit if you'd like, or keep them closed. We are going to come into tabletop position. So your hands are under your shoulders, your wrists are under your shoulders, your fingers are spread wide apart, your knees are under your hips, and the tops of your feet are placed firmly on the ground. So we're gonna do some circles. We're gonna do it in 4 parts of our body. So focusing first on our hips, then on our belly button area, then on the chest, and then on the shoulders. So you're gonna go in a clockwise direction, make circles with your hips, slowly. And move it up to your belly button region. Make circles in whatever way you were making with your hips. Just bringing movement kind of into all of our back and sides. Move it up to your chest. Making them as wide as you can. And then move it into your shoulders. So you can kind of bend your elbows so that you're really moving your shoulders here. Okay, now go the other direction, starting with your shoulders. Making the circles as wide and big as you can. Okay, come into your chest. Making circles with your chest. See how far to the right you can get, how far to the left you can get, how close to the ceiling and how close to the floor you can get. Move it down to your belly button area. Again, making the circles as wide as you can. So it's kind of like cat-cow, but we're also doing the sides of our body and doing it all over. And then bring it into your hips. Seeing how far you can go. It stays comfortable. Okay. Come find stillness in your tabletop. Push away from the ground, making your arms a little bit more straight. Ground into the ground with your fingertips. And tuck your toes and push up into downward facing dog. So we can pedal out our feet here, raising your right heel, lowering your left. And then switching your left heels up and your right heels down. You can try imagining pushing your right knee as far back as you can. Try to touch the back wall with it and really bring extension into your right leg and switch. Remembering to ground into your hands equally so that your wrists aren't doing all of the work. And switch your feet, keeping your hips parallel to the ground. And your shoulders engaged. Your arms and your back are doing work here. Okay, if you'd like, you can come into downward dog without pedaling your feet. Take a breath. Walk your feet up to the top of your mat so that they're meeting your hands. You can raise your hands off the ground, but stay in this folded position. So your feet are under your hips and you're folding forward. You can bring a bend in your knees if you'd like. And feel your toes against the ground. You can kind of grip them into the ground, like your feet are hugging the floor. Relax your neck. Relax your arms, your shoulders, your hips. Breathe in deeply and sigh out. Relaxing your eyes if they're tightly closed. Just close them lightly. Take one more breath here. Sigh out. And we're going to come into a chair pose now. So hinging your hips up, keeping a bend in your knees, raise your chest up and follow your arms up. So weight is evenly distributed through your feet. You can grip the floor with your feet. Your arms are over your head and look up between your hands. Your legs can be as bent as you'd like. They can be really bent. They can be only a little bit bent. Whatever's feeling good in your body today. And try to open your chest a little bit more. So bringing space between your shoulders. You can widen your hands a little bit. Kind of bringing a bend into your back as you do this. If you'd like, you can bring your hands down behind your back and really feel your chest widen. If it's available to you, you can interlace your fingers and try to straighten your arms as much as possible while still looking up and in this chair position. You can close your eyes. Release your hands. And we're gonna fold forward again. And have your legs straight or bent. Wherever they are, try to relax your hips again. Okay, bend your knees, plant your hands on the floor, and step back with your toes, lower your knees, and come into child's pose. So here, you can have your knees together, or they can be halfway apart on your mat, or they can be really wide. Wherever you feel like you can find the most comfort, that's where I want you to be right now. You can try to bring your toes together so that they're just touching. And bring your arms back so your fingers are facing the back of your mat and your arms are down by your legs. Close your eyes. And breathe here. Letting your arms relax. Notice the way your fingers feel. Paying attention to each one of your fingers without moving them. Send your attention there. Relaxing your shoulders and your hips. On your next inhale, come up right to a seated position on your knees. We're going to go into camel. So inhale and raise up off of your feet so that you're just kneeling. Place your hands on your back, kind of right on your butt or a little bit above it. And bring a bend into your back, not letting your neck fall. If you'd like, you can try to place your hands on your calves if you think that that feels good. If you're not too into that, keep your hands on your back. Try closing your eyes. And notice the space in your chest between your shoulders. There's an opening, creating space. Breathe here, one more breath. If your hands are on your calves, bring them to your back and lower back down to a seated position. Okay, coming back to down dog, place your hands firmly on the ground and tuck your toes, come into down dog. And pedal out here again. Now bring your left foot up between your hands and lower your right heel. We're gonna come into warrior one. So keeping your body facing the front of the mat, raise your chest up to the ceiling. So your fingers are facing the ceiling and you're facing forwards. Your left toes are facing the top of your mat and your back toes can be at kind of a 45-degree angle in the direction of the right corner of your mat. So try to straighten that back leg as much as possible. If your knee feels uncomfortable, you can add a little bit of a bend into that back leg. Ground down into your feet. Really push into them and extend your arms upwards. Take another breath here. Inhale. On your exhale, twist to the right side. So we're coming into warrior two. You can switch your back leg so that your toes are facing the right side of your mat. Your left leg is staying the same. And your arms are parallel to the ground. And look over your left hand. And try to close your eyes. If you lose balance, that's okay. Just come back into it. Relax your shoulders. Inhale and sigh. Okay, now bring your left foot so that your toes are facing the right side of the mat and both of your legs are straight. You can move your feet in a little bit if you like. We're gonna go into goddess pose. So you're just squatting here. Put your hands on your hips. And your weight is evenly distributed again through your feet. You can open your chest and try to come up onto your tippy toes if you'd like. And try to crouch down a little bit more. You can bring your arms over your head and cactus arms back. So your chest is opening. Inhale and exhale, straighten your legs and fold forward. So we're in a wide leg forward fold. Both of your legs can be straight. Relax your head. Relax your shoulders. Relax your hands. Relax your hips. Place your hands on your hips, and on an inhale, rise up and turn your right foot so your toes are facing the back of your mat. I'm going to move my left foot a little bit back. Bring a bend in your right leg and extend your arms so that we're doing warrior two on the other side. We're still facing the right side of the mat. Look over your right fingers. Engage your left glute. So your legs are kind of on a similar plane. Your hips are parallel to the long side of your mat. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes, sigh. And spread your fingers, spread them wide, relax them. Imagine someone's tugging lightly on them from either side, pulling your arms. Feel a stretch in your shoulders, in your wrists, in your fingers, in your forearms. Inhale, sigh. Turning your body to the right side, you're going to come back into warrior one. So you can shift your left back foot so that it's at that 45-degree angle. Bring your arms up over your head. Close your eyes. Set your shoulders so they're not raising up too close to your ears. Engage your left glute. Take one more breath here. Now turn both of your feet to the top of your mat. Turn your torso to the top of your mat. Bring your hands down to the ground next to your left foot and bring your left leg back to meet your right leg and lower your knees wide. So your knees are on either side of the long side of your mat and your feet are also along the long side of your mat. We're going to do frog. So you might want to actually be a little bit wider, but wherever you are, have your feet in line with your knees. So they're not too close into the middle of the mat. They're really right behind your knees. You can lower down on your forearms and slowly move your hips towards your feet. Breathe here. Only go so there's a little stretch. You don't want too much pain. You want to be able to find relaxation here. Breathe. Relax your hips. Relax your feet. Okay, bring your hips towards the top of your mat. Bring your knees in towards the middle of your mat and come to a seated position on your knees. So we're going to do a side twist. I'll just face you. So sit onto the left side and onto your left hip. Leave your left leg where it is. Bring your right foot over your left leg so that it's on the left side of your knee. Raise your left arm up. Inhale and exhale, twist to the right. So you can place your right hand behind your back and look over your shoulder. As you inhale, extend your back towards the ceiling, your spine towards the ceiling. As you exhale, twist a little bit more to the right. You can use your left hand. You can either put it on your shin or on your thigh. You can use it as leverage to help you twist. And try to place both hips on the ground. So if your right hip is popping up, bring it down. That might mean you have to move your leg a little bit. That's okay. Again, relax your hips. Relax your knees and your feet. Inhale, extend. Exhale, twist. Inhale, come back to center. Bring your arms over your head. Exhale, twist briefly to the other side. Inhale, come back to center. Bring your right foot back next to your left foot. Sit up on your knees and turn to the other side. So your left leg this time is going over your right knee. So you can kind of ground your hips right now. If it's feeling really hard with both of your legs bent, you can extend your right leg. Might make it a little bit easier to twist. So inhale, bring your right arm up over your head, and exhale, twist to the left, keeping your shoulders parallel to the ground. Place your left hand behind your back. Look over your shoulders, close your eyes. Inhale, extend your back, lengthen your back. Exhale, twist. Try to relax your feet and your ankles. Send your attention to your hips. Relax your hips. Inhale, come back to center, bring your arms over your head, and exhale, twist to the right. Okay, from here you can come back into a seated position on your knees, and we're going to do pigeon for a moment. So bring your right leg up to the top-ish of your mat. Your right leg doesn't have to be parallel to the top of your mat. And stay in a high pigeon for a moment. Before going into a low pigeon, try to relax your entire right leg. So your left leg can also relax. I have to tuck my left toe because my left knee is constantly in pain. But if you'd like, you can lower your foot so that the top of your foot is on the mat. Now, if you'd like, you can come into a lower pigeon, placing your forearms on the ground, your head on your forearms. Sigh. Take one more breath here. Inhale, come out of low pigeon if you're there. And tuck your left toes. Bring your right foot back to your left foot, and bring your left foot up to the top of your mat. Ish. Top of your mat ish. And again, stay in a high pigeon for a moment. Trying to release any tension in your left hip. Relax your left foot. Feel the ground supporting your legs and your hips. If you'd like, you can come to low pigeon on your forearms. If you'd like, you can bring your forehead to your forearms. Wherever you are, relaxing your shoulders. Take another breath here. If you're in low pigeon, come up onto your hands. And this time, bringing your right leg up to the top of your mat. Place both of your feet on the ground and lower onto your back. So bring your feet a little bit closer to your butt. You can place your hands down and bring your feet up to meet your hands. We're going to do a little bridge for a moment. So grounding your feet, place them firmly on the ground and your shoulders, ground them. So bring your hips towards the ceiling. And if you'd like, you can kind of shimmy your shoulders in towards the middle of the mat a little bit more to get a little more of a bend in your back. You can either leave your hands on the ground or you can place them under your back for a little bit of a more supported bridge. You might have to shimmy and get your elbows under there. Breathe. And squeeze your glutes. When you squeeze your glutes, your back will bend a little bit more. You can imagine that there's a block between your thighs and you're trying to shoot the block towards the ground. Stay here for one more breath. On your exhale, lower back down to the ground, nice and slow. Untuck your shoulders and extend your legs out in front of you. So we're going to come to our final relaxation, ending where we started. So before we relax, I want us to tense our whole body. So we're going to go from the bottom to the top. So I want you to tense your feet and your legs and your glutes. You can raise your legs off the ground, squeeze, 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 and relax. We're going to do that with our hands. Make a fist and squeeze your arms, bring them an inch or so off the ground, squeeze your shoulders and your wrists and your forearms and your biceps, and relax. Now lift your hips off the ground a little bit, squeeze your hips and your stomach, squeeze, 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 and relax. Now we're going to squeeze our shoulders up to our ears, squeeze them, squeeze them, squeeze them, and relax. And we're going to squeeze our face into a little ball, I guess. Imagine your face is being pinched into one point in the middle of your face. So squeeze, 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 and relax. You can open your eyes and let out a big sigh. Roll your head from side to side. Slowly. One more time. And come back to center. Okay, so find stillness in your Shavasana. Let your feet fall out to the sides. Relax your eyes. Relax your forehead. Relax your nose and your lips and your tongue. Relax your cheeks and your chin. Relax the top of your head and the back of your head. Relax your neck, your shoulders. Relax your biceps, your elbows, your forearms. Relax your wrists, your palms, all of your fingers. Relax your upper back and your chest. Relax your lower back, your abdomen. Relax your hips, your glutes, your thighs. Relax your knees, your shins, and your calves. Relax your ankles, your heels, the bottoms of your feet, the tops of your feet, and all of your toes. Relax your whole body, letting it melt into the ground, letting the ground support you effortlessly. Breathing here in the stillness. Allow yourself the next couple moments of rest and relaxation. Start to bring movement back into your toes, into your fingers, wiggling them. Rock your head side to side. Rock your legs back and forth, your arms back and forth. Do a little wiggle. Bring your feet together and your arms over your head, and give yourself one more little stretch. And come onto your right side, rolling into a little ball, keeping your eyes closed. Push yourself up with your left hand to a seated position. Keeping your eyes closed here. Noticing the way that your body feels. If it feels different than the first time we sat here, or if it feels the same. Notice any changes, physically or mentally. I'm going to Om. If you'd like to Om, you can join me. I'm going to inhale, then exhale, and inhale, and Om. So inhale, exhale, inhale, Thank you for coming to practice today and practicing with me. I hope that you enjoyed it. I know that I needed a little bit of a chill session, so I hope that was good. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kat. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Kat. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks, Kat.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming, Katie.